Hi, off-road racing is a great way to get an adrenaline rush by driving various trucks, jeeps, and other off-road vehicles through forests, rocky mountains, deserts, and swampy tracks with pits and a sea of mud. And a variety of weather conditions will only add atmosphere to your race. In this video, I will talk about great off-road racing games. I'll start with Dirt Rally. This is a realistic and rather complex car simulator where you have to ride off-road. Some races here will have to be held almost for days, because in order to take first place, you must, in the literal sense, sweat. The player will be able to test the speed of his reaction, patience, and driving skills in extreme situations. Any mistake can be fatal and lead to a loss in the final standings. The game has a bunch of different cars from the 60s to our time, and each car of its era is very different. There is also detailed customization of the car and good physics that you need to get used to. Pure Rock Crawling, off-road simulator on various maps. The main goal is to drive certain sections on one of the presented off-road vehicles, overcoming rocky mountains, forests, and deserts to the very finish line. Each location consists of 3 sublevels, for each of which you can get stars. They give more experience, which is needed to level up. With new levels, new vehicles and locations will open up for you. The game has good graphics, physics, and a variety of weather conditions that simulate the different behavior of the car on different types of surfaces. MudRunner, an excellent off-road driving simulator for all-terrain cargo trucks. In the game, you need to transport goods through spacious locations, overcoming various difficult places alone or in co-op. The main emphasis is on the most realistic simulation of the behavior of a car in the mud. A damage model has been implemented. There is fuel consumption, which will have to be replenished from time to time. The machines have a winch that allows you to pull out a car stuck in the mud by hooking it to another car or tree. A special mention is the road surface, which is deformed under the influence of a car, and the machines themselves as you progress can be equipped with various devices. SnowRunner. It turned out that crawling through the mud at a snail's pace is just as interesting as racing along the freeway, almost taking off into the sky. Therefore, the continuation of the series was not long in coming. SnowRunner is divided into regions. Each region has its own size, biome, and complexity, and is divided into terrain maps that are connected by passages. They are often blocked. They can be opened by delivering the necessary materials to the place or by completing various tasks. Activities are now divided into story tasks and secondary ones. On assignments, you will have to carry various materials and cargoes that have different weights and centers of gravity, forcing you to take these points into account when choosing a route. Transport now needs to be opened as you progress. Experience opens up some details for improvement, and the currency allows you to buy these improvements. World Rally Championship. This is a line of World Rally Championship rally simulators. Contains official tracks, cars, teams, and pilots of World Rally, as well as quite realistic gameplay, beautiful graphics, and not bad physics. But I would not recommend this series of games to fans of hardcore rally racing, as they are more designed to introduce casual gamers to the world of rally, so they do not require special control skills. Dakar 18 and Dakar Desert Rally. This is an off-road rally racing simulator based on the real annual Dakar Rally competition, which focuses on realism and a huge open world where players can drive a variety of vehicles, including motorcycles, cars, trucks, quad bikes, and so on. Also included in the game are all the official teams and tracks of the original tournament. Players will find a huge territory that can be crossed in any direction, the need to repair the car in case of breakdowns, realistic interaction with physical objects such as sand or water, as well as dynamic weather and time of day. BAJA Edge of Control HD re-release of the original 2008 game. This is the BAJA 1000 off-road arcade racing, which takes place in California. All tracks are laid in the desert area, and the length of the routes reaches 1,000 miles. In career mode, you'll start out with the simplest off-road vehicle, but soon you'll be able to buy a better one. And to improve the performance of your car, you can tune and customize it as you wish. All races are divided into 5 types: circular, rally, mountain climbing where you need to drive up a steep slope and then go down from there, and BAJA, endurance racing. The duration of the tracks in them can be between 250 and 1,000 miles. And the passage of one race in BAJA mode can take several hours. Insane 2. Off-road arcade racing with the participation of cars of the corresponding classes: jeeps, trucks, pickups, buggies, and so on. There are 12 game modes available for both single and multiplayer games, spacious levels with an interactive and aggressive environment, a wide variety of tracks passing through Europe, America, Antarctica, and Africa, 18 different off-road vehicles, from buggies to huge Bigfoots, not bad physics and damage system, as well as a little influencing car customization system. SEGA Rally Revo. Rally simulator where players expect severe weather conditions, sharp turns, icy, snowy tracks, mountain cliffs, wetlands with mud pits and other troubles on the roads. In order for the race to be successful, it is necessary to take into account the features of the landscape and monitor the road surface. The game features 34 cars divided into 3 groups: Premium Class, Modified Class, and Master Class, 16 tracks, as well as 4 game modes: Quick Run, Championship, Time Trial, and Online Multiplayer. Forza Horizon 5. There are many types of races in the 5th part, and one of them is off-road racing, which keeps the player in constant tension due to the chaotic nature of what is happening in them. In such races, it is not enough just to go forward. You need to constantly be careful not to crash into a tree or fly off the track due to bumps, which are more than enough here. More importantly, we have to choose the right car for such a race. It will not be easy, as the game offers hundreds of different cars from many manufacturers. Each of these cars has different handling, speed, and other characteristics. Even in the game, there are many locations with different types of terrain, which further affect the handling of the car. Wreckfest. Here it is not at all necessary to simply race the fastest. You can turn your car into an armored car and smash all the cars of your rivals. This approach completely changes the essence of tuning, since your goal is to create a real machine for the destruction of your own kind. In general, this is the ideological successor of the first part of Flat Out, with an emphasis on serious competition and more hardcore physics. A fairly good damage model and the best physics of car behavior on the track are implemented here. The developers managed to find the perfect balance between simulator and arcade, allowing players to decide for themselves how they will drive a car. Mad Max. This is a great option for those who just drive off-road is not enough. It's not a racing game, it's an action game, but the setting of the game obliges me to give her a separate place. The post-apocalyptic world, which has turned into a desert, is in itself an off-road, in which only outlines remain of the roads. In addition, in Mad Max, you spend about half of the game time driving a car, and if you wish, you can also take part in races across the wasteland. And I must say, the car gameplay is better implemented here than in many other projects dedicated exclusively to racing. The Crew 2. This is a dynamic multiplayer race that opens up the entire territory of the United States, of course, not on a 1:1 scale, but very vast. The game features a rather fascinating plot, an impressive list of cars, motorcycles, boats, and planes with the possibility of fine customization, as well as a huge number of competitive races, among which there are both regular races on the tracks and crazy off-road races. Fuel. These races take place in the scenery of the post-apocalyptic world. The plot tells the story of a world that has undergone powerful natural disasters and climate change, and the society, in the conditions of the collapse of civilization and an acute fuel crisis, for some reason arranges races in jeeps, motorcycles, trucks, and other modes of transport. Just don't look for logic in it. Fuel is known for being included in the 2009 Guinness Book of Records for the largest open locations in the gaming industry. The size of the world is really impressive, but other than that, the game cannot boast of anything else. The career is boring, and the physics is not finalized. Gravel, an arcade racing game with good Unreal Engine 4 graphics, licensed cars, scenic tracks, and an impressive selection of single and multiplayer modes. A career at Gravel is built around a TV show, so in order to be successful, you need to drive not only fast, but also beautifully, earning audience sympathy in races. MXGP. This is a series of racing games under the license of the World Motocross Championship, which gives you the opportunity to mix the dirt behind the wheel of a roaring bike, jostling with rivals on the official tracks of the championship. The developers of MXGP have prepared several modes for us, including a career mode and multiplayer competitions, an impressive selection of motorcycles with tuning and customization, and also implemented a very reliable dirt simulation, which makes the series get into this top. Drag Outer Zones is a fast-paced off-road racing game with physics-based suspension simulation, open car bodies, and destructible tires. Competitive gameplay offers 8 driver qualifying races with the ability to ram your opponent and knock them off the track. During the race, players are required to use several track configurations, and to save engine life, you can use the energy of the airbag from the vehicle in front. During the race, there is a chance to earn extra points by drifting or performing a trick. Riders Republic is a large-scale multiplayer game in which we are waiting for extreme races on a variety of vehicles from snowboards and wingsuits to snowmobiles and motorbikes. The authors have prepared many modes and events, among which a racing competition with a general start stands out. Up to 64 players rush to the finish line, some on a bike, some on a motorcycle, and some on a paraglider. The game world matches the spirit of extreme sports. Legendary places of the USA are collected within one huge park: Bryce Canyon, Yosemite Valley, Mammoth Mountain, and others. That's all. Thank you for watching. The Image Game channel was with you. Have a good day.